Hello, spiritual aspirant. Peace be upon you all. My name is Aunt Haratu. I welcome you to my channel, Aunt Haratu. Viewers, I want us to today teach you something important for people living in West Africa, especially the West Africans. Yeah, because the complaint I always receive from those living at Africa, West Africa, and I've taken it upon myself to teach you how to go about it. It is called wet dream, but for the Christians, for the sake of the Christians here, they used to call it spiritual marriage. So I'm going to use the term spiritual marriage. But for myself, I don't accept it as a spiritual marriage, because marriage is a contract between two people. It's a contract between two people. So how can you marry without both of you agreeing to every terms and condition between each one of you? So I don't see it as a marriage. But that's how the West Africans Christians call it. They call it spiritual marriage. So I want to use the term spiritual marriage to describe it. Viewers, before I will continue, if it is your today watching me, kindly subscribe to this channel and share it. Also click the notification bell for people to for you to be able to receive new videos I upload. And if you have a dream and you are finding it difficult to understand or know how it meaning, please, you can contact me number on the screen or WhatsApp me on the number on the screen. Make it in audio format. If you have any question concerning what topic I'm teaching, or question about any video I have already made, you can comment on my YouTube videos comment section. If you have any contribution, you are kindly welcome. Viewers, as far as the topic concern, how to break free from spiritual marriage with dream evocation and helps. Those of you who have not listened to my have not watched my previous video about how to clean yourself in the temple, how to clean yourself in the temple, please watch it, because those that video, some part of it is also, I'm going to discuss some part of it here. So I will not go deep to it, because I've already described that thing in that previous video called entitled how to clean yourself in the temple. Spiritual marriage or wet dream is where you are sleeping and you had a dream. Sometimes when you wake up, you remember the dream. Sometimes you don't remember the dream. Then you see yourself having sexual intercourse with someone known to you, especially known to you, and in wakefulness you ejaculate on yourself. You see the mess you have. You see the sperms on yourself, in your pants, in your boxer, in your pajamas. You see it in it. That's what is called a wet dream or spiritual marriage. There is many type of wet dream. Some are not spiritual, some are spiritual. So we are going to deal with the one spiritual. When you reach an adolescent age and your system wants to tell you that you are ready to have sex with any woman or man you meet in life, you can start having such a dream. That one there is natural. It's not a wet dream I am talking. It's not a spiritual knowledge I'm talking about. You can also have a sometimes when some part of your body, especially your liver, having some problem or detect some problem in your system, in your organs, it can cause you to have a wet dream. That wet dream also is not spiritual. It's not the one I'm talking about here. So you have wet dream which is spiritual and a wet dream which is not spiritual. I'm talking about the spiritual one. If you were a spiritual man, it's normal you can have such a dream. That does not mean that it is a wet dream. As a spiritual man, you sometimes can have such a dream, and what is happening is that, let's say, what is happening is that when you work with the spirit first time, you are working with spirit for the first time. Not your first time of working the spirit, but you are doing some work with spirit. The first time you call the spirit and you had such a dream, it is not a spiritual knowledge. It is the spirit was telling you that what you are asking him to do, or what you are asking him to do, that it can't be done by spiritual power. It can't be done by magic. When in the middle of the spiritual work you are doing, working with spirit, in the middle of the work, you had such a dream, the wet dream. That one also is telling you that the work you are asking the spirit to do, the spirit have done it already. So when you see beginning at the work, it means, as a spiritual man, you see at the beginning at the work, it means the work can't be done with magic or spiritual powers. When you see in the middle of the work you are doing, it means that the work has been done. I hope you are getting it. And we have someone also I used to call it your mind is faking you. If you are someone who like to watch pornographic movies, pornography movie, and watch read things about pornographic and thinking about sex and other things, you can also have such a dream, because what is in your mind that goes to your dream. Anything you have in your mind, that one goes to your dream. I hope you are getting it. And as for the spiritual marriage, that one there, what it happens is that when you see yourself, you will see yourself. It happens like maybe every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks you had it one, and such a dream, it happens in some particular day. Let's say every month, the 3 weeks of every month, or the 2 weeks of every month, or the first week of every month, or the 4th week of every month, Sunday or Monday or any other day, that day, when the time that day is up, when that day is, we reach that day, you have such a dream. I want to repeat myself. For you to see that this is a spiritual marriage or wet dream that comes from the spirit, what it happens is that it happens occasionally and the particular days. That is, let's say every first week of the month, or every second week of the month, or every third week of the month, or every 4th week of the month, when it is Sunday, or it can be any day, or Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday, you have such a dream. So you will see that I had this wet dream on last 2 weeks Sunday. Another 2 weeks Sunday, I have had such the same dream. Another 2 weeks Sunday, I have had the same dream. It means that that is called spiritual marriage, or wet dream, a spiritual marriage. That one, it it doesn't it can happen to any person, whether you are mature to have sex or you are even a kid. In some books, some books, or in some spiritual books, they call it that the entities that have sex with people. The male entity is called incubus. Incubus. And in some spiritual books, the female entities is called succubus. So incubus is for the male, the female is succubus. And one may ask, how these things happen? One, it can happen to you because of the covenant you are having with the spirit. Yeah. One may say that I don't have any covenant with that spirit. Yes, we had covenant with that spirit. Maybe one of your elders, your ancestors, that they used to work with their spirit, and they add their spirit also to work with every generation that will come from his or her side. So it has become a covenant with you and the spirit, because it is your ancestor that has been asked the entity to be with you. So entity will take you as his spouse, his or a partner, and have sex with you. Another thing is, another way it happens is that when you eat at a place unclean, like you are sitting near the refuge area, the place they throw refuge, or they throw garbage. The place they throw garbage, you eat always like sitting over there or stand over there eating around it, you can get that spiritual marriage, because that evil spirit, that evil gene, they are always around at that 30 things. You can also get it while you are in the toilet or bathroom and speaking or eating or singing. You can get while you are at the bathroom. You can also get it while you are a mature person and you always bath outside a opening space, especially when you bath at night hours. So it's not advisable for you to bath at night hours in the open space. You can also have it when you used to use spray, scented spray, the chemical ones or the plant ones. If you used to use that, you can also have a spiritual marriage, because some scent of the spray attract good spirit, others attract evil spirit, and others banish both good and evil spirit. So when you use a spray to attract a bad spirit, you are going to sometime have the contract with a spiritual spirit to get a spiritual marriage. I hope you are getting it. If you like too much singing, I mean profane music, you can also have a spiritual marriage. So there is a lot of things that blend spiritual marriage. If you are suffering from that problem of spiritual marriage and you want to break free from it, it's something simple. If you are a spiritual man watching me now, if you're a magician, a pastor, a malam, a mualim, a imam, you are watching it now, you can use to solve some people's problem. You can use to solve your own problem. You can prescribe for people to go and do and use to solve their own problem, to stop the spiritual energy from them. Viewers, the things you will need, you have to go and watch my previous video, how to clean yourself and the temple, because the process, some of it are in it. banish spiritual knowledge from you completely, you would need a spirit that can do it for you. So in this one here, in this book, in this one, if you check, I have Raphael and Archangel Raphael here. Look on the screen. I have Angel Reha here, Angel Elad here, Angel Mahashia here, Angel AEL here, Angel Michael here, Angel Samael and Angel Cassiel. You will not need any one of the angels I just mentioned, but you will need Samael and Cassiel. Archangel Samael and Archangel Cassiel. Any one of these two angels can help you. Look on the screen. I said, for entity you can use to break free from the spiritual marriage, you can use either Samael or Cassiel. But my take, I recommend Cassiel for you. The reason why I want you, let me explain why you have to work with Cassiel. I recommend Cassiel for you. I also explain why you can use Samael, but for my side, don't use him. When you are using Archangel Cassiel, what it happens is that the energy of Cassiel, the presence of Cassiel bring death. I said the energy of Cassiel, the presence of Cassiel, the manifestation of Cassiel bring death. So when we use Cassiel to break free from spiritual marriage, what it happens is that the entity being attached to you and having sex with you and draining your energy, that spirit is going to be cut off completely from your life, and it cannot come to your life again. But when you use Samael power is to fight the entity, is to fight that spirit. By him fighting that spirit is going to back off, run away. Wait some time, when the spirit will come again to check if you are free for him to also come to you. When he find out that Samael is no more with you, the entity will the spiritual knowledge, that entity will come again and drain your energy, have sex with you, and use you. I hope you are getting it. So with Samael and Cassiel, with Samael work, if it happens like that, you have to call Samael the second time. The Samael will close the door completely. So you work with Samael twice before it can be closed for the door for the entity to come enter through to you or pass through to you. That door will be closed. But if you use Cassiel, the Cassiel will cut the cord straight. So the door the entity used to come, spiritual entity used to come to you to drain your energy, to access you, then that spiritual entity can't come again. Some people will say, I do remember that some time ago, someone recommend Michael for someone who is not asking to break free from spiritual knowledge. No, Cassiel, Michael is not advisable because he can't help you because it is not his office. Everything I'm telling you here is my experience. Before I'll continue prescribe show you things you will need to break free from spiritual marriage, I want to tell you a rare story that happens. There is someone I know who used to have having spiritual marriage for a long years before I met that person. That person do things, and then the person he told me what he did, and it's very, very funny. For those, this is also a lesson for those who think that when they use what do you call it? When they use protection circle, it protects them from the spirits. No, it's also a lesson for them. The person was saying that he used to had wet dream spiritual marriage for when he is a kid. Now he's a grown man, marriage still he still has now he is still having spiritual marriage. The wet dream is still coming. He have tried to stop it many ways, but it can't. So he casts a magic circle around his bed. So when he about to sleep, when he enter the circle, he pray and he open the circle, and he pray and he close the circle and sleep. That very day he cast the circle, that very day the spirit came and have sex with him in the dream. So when I met that man, I didn't know he is having a wet dream. And we are discussing something about a circle, and he told me this. And he said, what I'm telling him is true, because when he did something like what I just told you, he did something like that, but still the spirit come and have sex with him. So if the circle can protect someone from spirit, then it shouldn't have he to have the spiritual knowledge again, or the spirit can now come to him and have sex with him again. Since the circle can protect anyone from the spirit, that's why the spirit came to him again to have sex with him, because when he is sleeping under a magical circle, he himself has prepared with players. Let's continue. I said you need either Samael or Cassia, but for my side I prefer Cassia. I have explained to you already. You would also need bucket. Look on the screen. The bucket. Fill the bucket with water. Fill the bucket with water. After the bucket, fill the bucket with water. You also need salt. Sea salt. Sea salt. That's the salt. The sea one, the sea salt. You also need a sea salt. You would need bitter melon. You will need a bitter melon. That is on the screen. Watch it. Here it's called Nyenya bitter melon. You need grove scented. You need grove scented basil. You need grove scented basil. Look on the screen. It is called in Ghana here called nunum, or some people call it onunum. Grove scented basil. After getting all these things, you use either Psalm 59 or Psalm 104 to prepare the holy water. First, fill the bucket with water. Put the salt, some of the salt in it. Add the salt to it. Squeeze the grove scented basil and the other thing. What do you call bitter melon together. Squeeze it together in the bucket of water. While you are squeezing it, then you are to recite Psalm 59 or Psalm 104 from King James version of the Bible. I said take note of it. I said King James version of the Bible, because we need only King James version of the Bible we can use for that thing. So while you are squeezing the herbs, the bitter melon and the grove scented basil, while squeezing in the water in the bucket, then you have to recite either Psalm 59 or Psalm 104. Any one of them can do. While you are reciting it, after done, everything is mixed. You have to play over the water. So you can search for the prayers on my previous video called How to Clean Yourself in the Temple. Let me recite it. I help you to recite the prayer. The prayer is go like this. Oh, eternal and infinite spirit, or infinite God. You can mix spirit or God. So, oh, eternal and infinite God, with humility I ask With love I invite, and with faith I beseech thee. Consecrate and bless this altar, with the virtue of power and the source of universal strength. You repeat it 3 times. Then you read Psalm 51 from King James Version once. You repeat the spell, the prayers 3 times. Then you read Psalm 51. When you read the prayers, when you read the prayers 3 times, then you recite Psalm 51. So you get the prayers nine times, and you get the psalm. What do you call it? You get the psalm 3 times. So you repeat the prayers 3 times. Then you read Psalm 51 once. That is the first part. The second part, you read the prayers or recite the prayers 3 times. Then you recite Psalm 51 once. Then the second part, the third part, you recite the prayers 3 times. Then you read Psalm 51 or recite Psalm 51 once. You have got your holy water. What you are going to use is that you are going to use it for 7 consecutive days. You are going to use it for 7 consecutive days to bath. So you can prepare some every day. You can prepare it there and keep it there and use it for 7 days. But it's not advisable to keep it there for long because it's going to spoil. It's going to be smell. So you have to use prepare new one every day. So when you do like that, when you get your holy water to use to bath, what you do is that then the night or the day the spirit will had sex with you, the day or the night the spirit had sex with you, the next day or when you wake up, you start using it. Let's say last night the spirit came and have sex with you, or you have the spiritual malady last night. When I wake up this morning, I have to start using it. So you go and bath. You go and bath with your bath, and you bath with that holy water you have prepared. You dry yourself. You came home. Then you call Archangel Cassiel by using the dream vocation. Refer to my previous video about dream vocation. Use dream vocation to call the Archangel Cassiel. You tell Archangel Cassiel to break every covenant you having with any spirit, to break you free from every covenant you having with spirit. Any spirit that is coming to you to have have sex with you or drain your energy, you should break that spirit and cast that spirit away from you. You should cut the cord between you and that spirit. You have Archangel Cassiel to punish and deliver you from that spirit. I ask Archangel Cassiel to cast away that spirit surrounding you. Archangel Cassiel to ward off the evil around you. They will make Archangel Cassiel to protect you. After telling Archangel Cassiel what you want him to do, you told him to come to your dream and give you the feedback about the task you have asked him to carry out, and he will come to your dream and tell you why you got that problem. He will come and tell you why you got that problem in your dream. When you wake up, then you interpret your dream and you see that, oh, this is the thing I do, that the spirit is being following me or having sex with me and draining my energy, or this ancestor of mine bring the spirit to the family. The spirit have get hold of me and having sex with me. That thing there, that one there, you can see. Then it will tell you why we got it, and if a thing you can stop doing it, is a bad thing you are doing that make you got that spiritual knowledge, then you stop from it. So you have to repeat the process 7 consecutive days, or until the entity can tell you that yes, everything is done, the spirit has been cut off from your life, and it will not come to your life and anyone from your generation. I mean your children and your grandchildren's life. It will not come to them or that spirit cannot come to them again, then you are going to be free and be okay. I hope you are getting me. So you have to use the my holy water. I have just described how to do it, and also watch my previous video about how to clean yourself and the temple. You prepare the holy water, add the invocation dream holy water, bath with it. When you bath with it, then you call Archangel to also send the spirit away from your life. Ask Archangel to come to your dream and give you feedback. Just tell him to give you feedback. You come and tell you how you got that spiritual marriage and how the spirit can get you. Viewers, that is the spiritual marriage, how to break it. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Do you have any question? Do you want me to explain some point I mentioned and you are not clear with it to you? Please bring your question under the comment section, or send your question to me through what's my number on the screen through WhatsApp. Do you have any dream you wanted to interpret for you? Let me hear from you. So, as I explained to you, it's not all the wet dream is a spiritual marriage. Yeah. So I have explained to you the one you will see that this one is a spiritual marriage. Viewers, I hope you get me. I'll draw the curtains down here. Wassalam. Peace. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.